My name is Brad Richardson, and today I'll be giving a biographical speech. So, in June of 1971 is when the richest man in the world right now was born. He was born in South Africa to Errol and May Musk. Um, his father, Errol, was an engineer, and his mother, May, was actually a model, and she was the oldest model ever to be in CoverGirl magazine. At the age of 17, Musk moved to Canada to go to Queen's University, where he studied economics and business. Um, and the reason he moved to Canada was, for one, he thought it'd be easier to get U.S. citizenship going from Canada to the U.S. rather than going from South Africa to U.S. So that's why he went that route. When he was 17, after he went to Queen's University, he then became a U.S. He came to the U.S. and studied at the University of Pennsylvania, and there he studied physics and economics. Once he became U.S. citizen in 1999, he started a business called Zip2, which was actually a software that computers used to map roads and highways. That was bought out, and when he sold that company, he made $307 million cash and $34 million in stock options. The money he gained from selling that company, Zip2, he founded another company called X.com. X.com was what we now know as PayPal. So that was actually started out as the X.com. Him and his brother started that company, and when he sold that, that's when he became a billionaire. He sold that company in 1999 and got 1.5 billion in stock options from eBay. eBay purchased that company. From there, he first started. After that, he started SpaceX in 2002, and in 2003 he started Tesla. He's known now for both of those. SpaceX launched first in 2002. They launched a unmanned rocket to the International Space Station, carrying, I believe, 1,000 pounds of supplies to the astronauts who are currently on the space station at that time. And in 2003, he started Tesla, which is what he's mostly known for now. And from there, here recently in the news, you've heard he's bought Twitter. I think since then he's backed off from that. But I think he's still in the works to buy Twitter. But I just think, from his early beginnings, when he was in South Africa, his parents knew that he would be something great, because when he was 10, his parents and doctors actually wanted him to go get his hearing tested, because he was so lost in his daydreams about his inventions and his ideas that they thought he was deaf, because he was so focused on his inventions that they couldn't reach him, and that's why, is because he was just so out of it. But I think it's a great thing that we have somebody like that in our lifetime to kind of be that engineer type person to help us through what we're going through right now. I think he's done some good things. He helped Ukraine aid as soon as Russia invaded Ukraine. He sent Starlink satellites and the modules they needed on the ground to be able to communicate and have internet so they could talk back and forth. And he also owns another company called the Boring Company, and basically what that is it's an underground highway. He's dug out underneath highways and underground, and has underground railways, not railways, but actually highways for cars to go. So I'm excited to see what that brings for the future and what that looks like for us. all of this information that I talked about was a guy from Biography.com and Britannica.com. Those are my two cited resources. But I think it's great that not only did he gain wealth from all of his inventions, I think it's well worth it. But I think it's even better that we're living in the lifetime that he's here, because I think it's making the world better. And I think he has some outlandish ideas, but I think that he knows his limit. But I'm just glad I'm a part of the lifetime that he's having here on Earth. Thank you. That's the end of my speech. Thank you.